Hi, we are Accessrock. We are in Stockholm, and today we get to talk to Morgan from Marduk. How are you doing?
I'm fine, busy, occupied with a lot of things, but that's fine, that's the way I like it.
You have a lot of things on your plate.
Yeah, we've been constantly busy, I would say, since we did the last album. We've been more or less constantly on the road. We started out last spring when the album came out. We went more or less the same week the album came. We went to Russia, played very far east, the capital of Siberia. Great experience, and we did shitloads of shows over there, and then went back, did a lot of festivals. We did an American tour. We did what did we do more? We did a long European tour, and we did another North American tour. And during the spring we started out doing European festivals, spring 2013, and then we've been doing a lot of festivals, and we were over in South America for a tour. And after that we were also, right now, just came home from Japan. So we've been keeping ourselves busy.
Very, very cool. Is there any country in the world you haven't played?
Yeah, there's a lot of places we haven't been. I mean, we covered more or less all the parts of this world, but I would love to play in Africa. I don't know which countries that you would be able to play, but I know you can play in South Africa, and I would also like to reach the Middle East as well. I think that will be opening up in the future.
Because it's kind of cool, you've been a black metal band, and just touring all over the world.
Yeah, I mean, as I always say, I always believe in the power of our music, and therefore I believe in its strength in being able to perform in all parts of the world and meet up with the legionaries all across the world, you know. Even if it's in North America, in Dakota, or if it is in Far East Asia, no, it's always a great experience.
Did you imagine this when you started Marduk?
Not maybe the first years. I mean, it's hard to describe how much the scene really exploded. I mean, I never thought we would play the same festivals as Iron Maiden or whatever, you know, Slayer and things like that. But I mean, as things expand during the years, you get new goals and new visions, and then everything is possible. And I think the march has only just begun.
You've released numerous of studio albums, live albums, and like DVDs.
Yeah.
You are one of the hardest touring black metal bands.
Yeah.
Is there anything you cannot do?
No, I don't think so. I mean, as I said, I believe in the power of what we do, and I don't really like just to sit around and do nothing. I rather expand and see where the vision takes you, you know. So that's the way we work.
In kind of like a week, you start the Swedish club tour.
Yep.
You begin on the 2nd of October in Gothenburg.
Correct. We start out on the 2nd in Malmö.
In Malmö? Oh, wow.
Malmö on the 2nd, the 3rd we play in Gothenburg, the 4th Huskvarna, and the 5th we play our old hometown, Norrköping. And then we have a few days off, then we go to Stockholm, Brew and Karlstad.
Very, very cool. I also hear you are taking someone pretty special with you.
Yeah, we're bringing along a good old friend who did a guest appearance on the Rome 512 album, Alan from Primordial, so he's going to come over and be joining us for a few shows and jump in and do the song he did on that album, so it's great to have him coming along again. We've been having him once in a while, you know, doing some festival appearances and some club shows here and there, so he's coming back over again, so why not?
What can we expect on this club tour? It's
Blood, Fire, Death. That's the very essence of the band. Even if it's not a lot of stage show, that's the atmosphere and what we bring forth music-wise. It's Blood, Fire, Death and full energy. That's what you can expect. And I mean, we're going out playing some bigger venues, some smaller ones. To us, it doesn't matter. You know, we go up and deliver what we're here to do.
Would you say that Marduk music describes you as a person?
Of course. I mean, I'm responsible for a lot of the material during the years, so I mean, it's very personal what you do, so it's a reflection of the spirit of who you are.
And after this, you're going on a European tour with...
Yeah, actually what we do now in Sweden is kind of the final of the Serpent Sermon World Tour, because we're going to change the set list drastically after this one. So the Sweden shows are the last we do. Then in November we have just one small festival show in Finland, and then in December, late November, December, we're going out for a 3-week European tour to do something different, since we have finalized at that time the touring cycle. We will go out and do the full Panzer Division Marduk album from '99, and actually we just confirmed it yesterday. It still haven't really been announced. That's 20 years ago since the Dose of the Unlight album came out. We're going to go out and do that one as well, so we're going to play 2 albums, and that's kind of the final thing we do touring wise before we go back and focus on the next album.
Okay. How do you write for a new album?
How? I mean,
after that, how do you write along the way, or is it?
I write along the way, but not really on tour, because you're focusing on the live shows and whatever comes around on tour. I mean, I'm not the kind of guy who writes a lot of music on tour. I do that more when I'm home. But I mean, we all the guys in the band work separately on music and ideas, and then we get back together and kind of let it fall into its right place, you know. So we still haven't really rehearsed a lot of new material, but we already completed, as we speak, you know, we all probably have far over material for at least 2 albums, I would say. But we're just going to go down and focus, see where it should be and what belongs where, and then let it take its time, and then we're going to go in and record it.
How would you describe a perfect live show? Is it when the audience is just going crazy?
Yeah, of course, you get the kind of... you create magic when everybody's really into it, when the band's into it and the crowd's into it, you create magic, you know, so that's the perfect show. Then it can be in front of 150 people or 35,000, it doesn't really matter, you know, the energy is still there.
This year, what would you say has been the best show?
Hard to say, we've done so many shows, but I mean, it was great to be back in Japan. We haven't been there since '99, and I mean, South America is always a pleasure and a thrill to be down there because they're so fanatic into it, you know. And I mean, back in North America is great as well. I mean, I appreciate to be able to march across this world and deliver the message wherever we play, you know. So, of course, everything has its up and down, but overall, I enjoy them all.
How important is the social medias for you? Facebook, Instagram?
For the band, of course, it's important to have. I prefer websites compared to it. I mean, we have a Facebook. It's very easy to, if something changed on tour or whatever, you're easy to get hold of people and spread the news. But it's nothing that I use myself. So for me, it's not that interesting. I prefer books.
Books.
Yeah, compared to sit around and. I mean, people today are so occupied with all this Facebook thing and sitting and checking out what other people are doing with their lives. You know, for me, it's ridiculous. I'd rather live my life than just sit down and watch if somebody's taking a shit, or I don't care what they are eating or where they're going. It's not of my interest. So I mean, it's overrated.
You have 500,000 likes on your Facebook page.
Yeah, more or less, I think. Yeah. As I said, it's a good thing when you have a band to spread the message and your tour dates, whatever, you know, news. So it's good to have, but personally, I prefer to stay away from it. I don't even go out and check what people write and things like that. I mean, I'd rather focus on other things.
Because when you started out, nothing like that was happening. But now you have kind of photos of fans.
Yeah, things have changed.
Tattoos and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a great thing in that perspective, of course. Still good, as I told you, for a band. But personally, I prefer to stay away from it. But I mean, it's good. If I look back, just going back to 1990, it changed so much. But I mean, it's not only positive. People say that, it's great, you can spread whatever you want. But I mean, it goes too fast, so people don't really... I mean, if you post more than 2 lines on your Facebook, people won't read it, so they don't understand. You see people commenting and they don't even read it. I mean, everything goes so fast, so people don't really appreciate stuff. I remember back in the days when you got a magazine, that was the news, you know, and it was more focus in a way on things. But things change.
Sure, you have to change.
Yeah, of course.
If you could put together your own festival, what bands would you choose?
Oh shit.
Let's say you have a festival in Norrköping.
Yeah, what could you do? With so many bands, it's hard to say, but try to get something unique, you know, and maybe a few different styles that still work very much together, you know. So I don't really know. I mean,
what do you listen to?
I listen to everything that I consider to be good music. I mean, I don't really care what people label things if they don't like it. I mean, I like everything from old rock, hard rock, metal, you know, death, black metal, and a lot of classical music and historical music, of course, goes along with classical music, and that's everything that I believe is being genuine. That I get the feeling that whatever music is, that they meant what they were writing about, that I get the feeling that it meant something to them, you know, it's genuine, you know. And then people can label things how they want, but I mean, I listen to whatever I like, you know.
Okay. Do you create other kind of music than black metal? Would you?
Yeah, I create a bit, but it's nothing that really gets released. But I write a bit, but mostly it goes into the creations that I do, you know. So I guess it comes natural.
Okay.
That's what we're here to do.
Is there any way left to be a shocking band?
I don't know. People can probably shock you whatever.
Blood? Could you have more?
No, maybe not. But of course, I don't know. The most important thing is not to be shocking. I mean, to do what feels natural for you and what you believe in. Then it can be shocking or not shocking. And some things are shocking to some people, and it's not that shocking to others. You know. So everything is in the eye of the beholder.
How do you prepare for a gig?
I mean, when you've done kind of that many gigs we have done, I don't need to sit down and do anything special. I get in the mood when it's time. I can do whatever, you know. Okay. But when it's time to go on, it's time to go on. Your focus is just like when you go out hunting or whatever. You're focused when you're going out and doing it, you know. It comes when it's the right time.
So this tour beginning in Malmö. I've corrected myself now.
Yeah.
No one has to do it. No. This tour beginning in Malmö.
Yeah.
Which band did you?
This time we're flanked by 2 other Swedish bands. We're flanked by Overmode, legendary band. You know, great band. Always been doing something extreme. You know, so it fits together with us, I believe. And then we have Valkyria, who's just about to do, if I remember correct, the 3rd album. If I remember correct. And I think they're an underrated band, really good as well. And we're also gonna bring them along when we go out in Europe in December. So it's a great package for your money, you know.